And this is what he said. He said, the preaching of hell is not a popular subject, and today's preachers and churches have eliminated all such preaching from their pulpit. However, silent they remain about hell, it is still real, and millions of people are going to hell because of their sin against the Holy God. And that will end the quote. So there's also this other verse I want to read today, which is John 3:17-19. It says, for God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. Whoever believes in him is not condemned, but whoever does not believe is already condemned, because they did not believe in the name of God's one and only Son. This is the verdict. Light has entered into the world, but people love darkness, and instead of light, because of their deeds, were wicked. So, what should we do? We should tell our friends of the light and kindness of Jesus, and also share the gospel with them. And we should also talk about sin and the law to convict them of their sin. So, let me give you a picture. So, I want everyone to close your eyes right now. So, I want you to picture you're in a desert. It's a wasteland, all right? And you see this man come up to you. He offers you a bunch of crystals, and it looks good and it looks nice, and you can have all the possessions of this world. And on the other hand, he has a bucket of water, a nice cold water. So raise your hand if you would want to take the bag of crystals. Okay. Raise your hand if you would want to take the cup of water. All right, that's what I thought. So you can open your eyes now. So you would want to take the cup of water because it is nourishing. It is living water. And Jesus said himself that he is the living water and that he can flow through us through the light of the world. So what we need to do is that we can know Jesus and we can share his message so that others can know him. And we can, what I mean by living water is that we can be living waters through Jesus and his message of the gospel. So, what I'm going to do next is I need a volunteer. Raise your hand.
I'll do it.
I choose Joe.
Let's go! Yeah! Uh-oh.
I'm ready. What am I doing?
My name is Joey.
I need you to stand still. I'm going to ask you a few questions. You
Okay.
ready?
Yeah.
Do you think you're a good person?
Yes.
All right, I'm about to change your mind.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Have you ever lied?
Yes.
So, what are you?
A good person.
A liar. So, have you ever stolen anything? Like, maybe like a gumball or ice cream or like a
Yeah.
secret
I've
shop?
stolen something, yes.
Okay, so what are you?
Steal it?
No, a lying thief. I'm not trying to bully you. I'm trying to- So, have you ever hated someone?
Yeah.
So, Jesus says, whoever hates someone in his heart is a murderer. So, what are you?
Murderer.
A lying, thieving murderer at heart. So, if God judges you by the 10 Commandments on Judgment Day, where do you think you will go? Heaven or hell?
Probably hell. Most likely.
So Jesus came into this world, died on a cross, and he bled for our sins. What we need to know is this. So you know that Jesus died on the cross for your sins, right?
Yes.
What you don't know is that Jesus came to pay for the fine, and if you were in a court of law and you were guilty of all the fines, and someone paid the fines with their money, and you were let go freely, that's how Jesus came into this world as an illustration of his loving kindness for us mankind.
Wow.
Amen.
So, I would like you to sit down, please. Thank you for
Thank you, Joseph.
I was bullied!
You did good, Joseph.
I'm not the only one! I'm not the only one.
So, the main point of this message tonight, youth leaders and students alike, and Christ followers alike, is that we need to share the gospel with a dying world, but also show them the law of Christ and the 10 Commandments, and to show them their sin, but to also share the loving kindness of Christ. I've been Josh, and I'm going to hand this over to Pastor Keegan for prayer.
Let's go.
Yeah!
Woo!
Awesome. I
Yeah.
felt the last, but you know what?
I am so proud of this man. What a rock star. Great job.
Good job, Josh.
For sharing that with us. Powerful, powerful words. I love the analogy that Josh gave of somebody in the desert, right? They're given two options. You can have everything you want when it comes to possessions. We talked about a handful of diamonds. Or you can have a cup of water. A cup of water is really what you need. But a lot of times when we hear the gospel preached about what Jesus has for you, the life he has to offer you, we hear a lot of this. A lot of great life, everything you've ever wanted, all of that. And it's like, yeah, that seems really appealing, but actually what we need is we need water. Otherwise we're going to die. We're going to perish in hell like Josh shared about. And so just kind of shifting our perspective when it comes to how we share and present the gospel to people. And I know, Joey, we gave you a really hard time.
I feel bullied.
I
feel
but you know what?
harassed.
I think that's part of it, is that we feel too good about ourselves a lot of the time. Like you answered the question, which we all probably would have, are you a good person? We think that we are.
Yeah.